So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a couple of things. We're gonna be repairing this panel right here, which was holding the microwave through these holes. So we're gonna be putting a screw to bring this back up and strengthen that corner. The other thing that we're going to be doing is a mistake that is made a lot when renovating a kitchen, and is ending the stone at this corner when there is a stove right here. The problem that you get is when you're cooking in this area, you get spatters on this wall, and it being white paint, and it doesn't matter what paint you use, it could be black or whatever, you're gonna stain this wall. So what we're gonna do is, and I hinted it in the last video, is they re-renovated a kitchen in the buildings next door, and they were able to save this piece of stone. So what I'm gonna do is put it on this wall, but I'm gonna do it different. I'm just not gonna lay it on top of the sheetrock the way this one is. I'm going to be cutting this out and inserting it inside the wall. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we're gonna find when we open up that wall, but stay tuned and we're gonna find out together. If you're hanging your microwave over your stove, make sure you do this. This particle board is not made to hold a whole microwave that has a fan and your food that you're making for dinner and the heat and everything that's going on, because it will snap like this one did. But this quick repair with 6 screws, you're gonna be set with that, and it should be okay. So now we're gonna move on to start cutting this hole in the wall for the stone. So I just measured the stone downstairs. It's 1.25 inches. So I am going to have to put this, which I'm gonna use, I guess it's a finish bead where you put it right on top of the sheetrock and it looks finished. The taper could tape right to it, or the painter, whoever you're gonna use. I'm using a painter. So I'm gonna take the measurement off of that finish because this sticks out just a little bit more than the sheetrock. And I have to go back 1.25 inches, which isn't much actually. It's not a lot at all. When marking this, you want to leave a little bit of space for the glue. So that being said, maybe I should cut it. Maybe I should cut it a little bit deeper. Just a little bit. Maybe like 1/8 inch of glue. When using this tool, you don't have to go expensive with these blades. You could just use what they have on Amazon. So a Milwaukee blade for this tool is about 25 bucks, and you only get like 1 or 2. Maybe on special you could get, I think it's 4. But as soon as you hit a piece of stone, that blade is garbage. Going on Amazon and spending the same amount of money, 25 bucks, you get about 40 of these blades I think I got for 25 bucks. And it does the work. It does the same thing. And it doesn't last as long, but you have 40. So you're good. When using this tool, you wanna make sure you don't put a lot of pressure, let the blade do the work, and your day will go a lot better without cursing as much. Well, the only thing I could do now is go to the basement, cut the piece of stone to this size, and see if it fits. If not, I have to cut more. But it's better to have to cut more than have to put back. So let's go downstairs and do that now. Now we have to cut this piece of stone by 24 3/4 and 16" of height. When I finish cutting this side, this rugged edge here, I'm just gonna be taking the grinder and cutting it like in a 45-degree angle just to get it out the way. And it should get the job done. So let's cut this side now. Now this rough edge here, I'm gonna cut that off. Doesn't matter how it looks, doesn't have to look pretty. So it's going good so far. Now that I cut those 2x4s out, I'm gonna test fit the stone and then put the tearaway bead in to see how it looks with the tearaway bead. Do I have to cut more? Do I have to put a lot of glue to make it stick out more? So I might be giving you my back while installing it, but I promise that as soon as I install it, I'll move out the way so you guys can see. It's just a tad bit too tight, so I'm gonna cut off like 1/8 of an inch off the bottom because the top is pretty flush. Wait a second. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 1/8 of an inch off the bottom because the top is pretty good. So 1/8 of an inch. I'll do 1/8 of an inch at a time. Because I don't want to cut too much. So 1/8 of an inch is coming off. Yo, 1/8 of an inch was perfect, but we might have to cut more because of this bead. It's gotta fit right under it like that. But damn, it looks perfect, man. That's perfect. So as you can see, it tilts in on that side like that. I might put a 2x4 going from here to here with the same groove and putting the bead here. And I think that's it for everything I gotta do on this project. So what I'm gonna do now is just put the top bead on, throw a lot of glue on the back so that then when I put the stone in, I could push it in, squeezing the glue out and getting it as flush as possible all throughout. So yeah. Perfect. And I have just enough space on top to bring this up, put the bottom bead on, and it'll look good. Only thing that matters, to be honest, is how this edge looks and how this edge looks. So the bottom, we just gotta bring it up, shove it in, call it a day. Top edge is good, front edge is good. Just gotta do the bottom, but I want this to cure. I don't want to take off these shims because I don't want it falling down. I don't know if the camera caught it, but I was having a problem where there wasn't enough glue on this side, so I had to move it forward, put more construction adhesive on the back, and then smush it in, and it was able to hold its spot. So now it's good over here, and it's good along this edge. So we're in good shape. I'm going to let this cure for 24 hours and then rip out the part in the bottom and install that bead. I'm gonna put everything away because it's a big mess, and I am going to show you guys a closer up since the camera has been in one spot this whole time. This has worked out perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted. As soon as the beads get taped and painted, this is gonna look 100%. One of the things that I wanna do, and on another video, is clean that up, repair this, and clean this up. You know, take this off and put the Formica back. I have like a screw coming out here. I'm gonna grind that off, clean it up. And yeah, I'm gonna hold off on this, save it for the next video. It would be a couple of seconds for you, but it's tomorrow for me. As soon as this glue is set up, I am going to put the bottom bead on, and this part of the project is done. So the stone is in with the beads around it. I know it looks terrible right now, but once the painter comes in and paints that, it's going to look much better. I promise. The difference between the white paint and the stone is that the white paint made this area look much bigger. Now that we have this stone here, the space looks smaller and more cramped. But to be honest, this is more of a function over design, although some people might think that having the stone wrap around like this is better than having white paint. But this is much better to have, especially since when we're cooking here, you won't have the splatter on the white paint, having to repaint it and all of that other stuff. Here we just have to wipe it down and call it a day, the same way we do with this back one. And the reason I did not put the microwave in is because on the next video, I am going to be cleaning this up, this glue, old glue, that old glue up there, to make this area look better. And then we're gonna install the microwave back. So I highly recommend this project to everyone. If you live in an apartment complex like I do, and all the kitchens are the same, if you find out if someone in your building is renovating their kitchen, tell them you want that piece of stone so you could do the same exact project. It's impossible to find this stone again at a stone store or whatever. Your best bet is to find out if one of your neighbors are renovating their kitchen so you could take that from them. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. And if you did learn a thing or two, you can show me by giving me a like. If you have any comments, questions on what you saw in this video, leave it in the comments down below. If you're interested in seeing the progress of this kitchen and other small projects, consider subscribing. I release a video every Thursday, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thanks.